Hi there, Anne here, and welcome to Stranded Thoughts, a shorter thread in Anne's Norwegian Knitting podcast. Each week, I'll share a small moment, a Norwegian word, a fun fact, or something from behind the stitches. Just a few minutes to pause, reflect, and connect. One float at a time. Let's dive in. Welcome. It's time for another Stranded Thought. It's been a while. Life has been a bit too busy lately. Then I thought it's time to gear up again. And last week we launched a new podcast episode, our podcast episode 56, if I don't recall wrongly. And if so, this is 57. So we've done 57 podcast episodes, long and short ones, in the last year, which is really fun. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you a bit about Norwegian Wool Month. We talked about that last week, but I'm going to do that again as well. And today I need your help. But before we get to today's little help question, I want to give you a short little summary of what all this Wool Month thing is about. Some of you might have listened to the full podcast, and that is brilliant. Then you get a whole story and everything. But in this one, I'm going to give you a little short recap of the most important stuff and why we're doing this, because we're doing this every year in August. And it all started with me just wanted to I keep saying that I wanted to get a good gospel out, about Norwegian wool out to the world. And it's true, that's where it started. I wanted more people, because I know how beautiful all these Norwegian wools are. And I wanted to share that with you guys. And it's not called Anne's Norwegian Knitting for nothing. There's a reason for it. So when I first started, most people in my community had never heard of these yarns, like Selby yarn, which is this one. This year we're using something called Gimre. I'm normally using something called Gammel Selby, which means old Selby, which is one of my absolute favorites. And then I also introduced a thinner version of the Hillesvåg yarns. This one is a slightly thicker version than the two previous years. And then we have introduced something from Stormdal, and I haven't got Stormdal wool here, but they have some really beautiful yarns. And if you stick around, there's going to be some fun coming with them in the new year in 2027. But anyway, this year we are also introducing a new one, and that is the yarns from Lofoten Yarns. What we do is that every year we make a pattern, and I do that basically because I'm a knitting designer and I love making patterns. And it has become a tradition. It started in 2023. And back then I did a pair of fingerless mittens like these. This is one of each. This one is made from Hillesvåg yarn, and this one is made from the Selby yarns. And let's do this so you can see what they look like. With the years on it, obviously, because I wanted the years to come through. So anyway, and then in 2024, we made a cowl, and then I made this one here. Let's do it the right way, this here. And these here are made in Selby yarns. Then I made another one in, like this one, in Hillesvåg yarn, and these here are made in different colors of Hillesvåg yarn. And a third one with Hillesvåg, and actually this yarn comes from a small little manufacturer in Montana called Montana Yarns. She changed names, I think it is. Beautiful yarn. And that was 2024. And then in 2023, we made socks. And again, I used the Hillesvåg, the Selby, and the Hillesvåg in combination with the Montana yarn. And this year we're doing what we've done before. As I said, we're doing the hat, and we're doing it in different versions. I've already finished the Hillesvåg one. I'm almost finished with the Selby one. And now I'm going to do the Lofoten version. And that's where you come in. Norwegian Wool Month itself is completely free. You can enjoy all the presentations of the wool, and from me and from my one of my, what should I call her? One of my knitting coaches. step. We're going to give you a series of fun presentations during the entire month of August. But if you want to take the experience a little further, you can join us in Sound the Mountain Journey. That's where you receive the patterns. Because the patterns is the upgraded version, and that comes in, I give that out to the Mountain Journey, which is our membership. There you can also meet all the producers live on Zoom, and you can ask them your questions and become part of our knitting community, which is absolutely fabulous, for as long as you'd like to stay, right? You also have the opportunity to buy the previous Wool Month patterns in there. In August, we open up for that. And because these patterns are there for the entire time of, it's free for everyone in the mountain for the entire time of Wool Month, but after that it's taken down. So if you join later in the year, you won't get it. But we do give you, if you're a member, you get the option to to add on to the experience to get one of these old patterns. What is different this year, and you can probably see it, that there is a certain level of recognition in all this, so they're meant to hang together. This year we are doing things a bit different, and that is because we are in this quarter focusing on Setesdal knitting, and we're making a small little series of collection of patterns, which is called Mountain Roses Meet Setesdal, and the hat is one of them. We have already it's in the mountain, again, in the mountain. When I say mountain, I mean Mountain Journey. It's just what we say. We've already released this one and another tablet cover, PC cover pattern to get people start swatching. And we are releasing a sweater in the end of July, and then the hat comes in the beginning of August. And then there is another male pattern coming late September, early October. But as I said, I need your help. So here's the core of this stranded thoughts. I need your help to choose colors. I have ordered several colors from Lofoten Wool. Not several, but I have ordered 4 in this particular thickness of yarn that I need. I did order more of it. These are the colors that we have available for this project. So I'm going to make a hat from these yarns, or at least 2 of them. And I beg you, not blue and white. As you can see, I did this one to match a sweater that we already made. And then I did this one because I wanted to do the opposite colors, inverted colors, so that this one is white, mostly white with blue. This one is mostly blue with white. And now I need 2 colors from these beautiful colors here. I have, as you can see, an off-white, I have a yellow, I have a blue, and I have a greenish one, a grass one. Which 2 colors you can choose? I would love it if you didn't choose that combination, but which 2 colors would you see me knit this hat in? You can choose white and green, you can choose white and yellow, you can choose whatever colors you want together, but not blue and white, okay? And I cannot wait to see what your choice is. Who knows? Maybe you are the one that picks the color this year. And I'm going to give you until, if you're watching this later, you can still tell me what you want, but I won't be able to choose. Because I'm going to give you until midnight Pacific on Tuesday, the 14th of July. And after that, I'm going to pick 2 colors and get started on my hat in the Lofoten yarns. You can leave a comment either on YouTube. If you watch this on YouTube, you can leave a comment in one of the comments on the posts on Instagram or Facebook from Sunday the 12th. All I'm saying, pick your colors. Which colors do you want to see me knit? Until next time, make some beautiful stitches, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for spending this time with us here on Anne's Norwegian Knitting, conversations where knitting meets culture, heart, and history. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to share it with a fellow knitter or leave a note to let us know what you think. If you want to know more about Anne's Norwegian Knitting, go to annesnorwegianknitting.com and check it out. Until next time, may your stitches be steady, your yarn untangled, and your heart full. See you in the next episode.